In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 common mistakes that Cutco owners make and how to avoid them. Using the 2 3/4 inch paring knife on the cutting board. This is one of the biggest Cutco sins out there. Remember that the paring knife is designed to be used in the air. And you can remember this with the simple rhyme, pare in the air. This is much more used like what mom or grandma used to do, paring, pitting, peeling, and even sometimes coring. So this is gonna be used much more like tops off of strawberries, peels off of apples, cores out of avocados and peaches, and so on. The blade on here will actually dull incredibly easily on the cutting board. Now, you might be wondering, well, it's my Cutco, it's supposed to stay sharp. Just remember that any good tool used incorrectly will still get damaged very easily. Imagine someone wearing a pair of really nice high heels and trying to go walk on the grass or go on the treadmill. They could be really nice, but it's just not gonna work out so well. So just remember the 2 3/4 inch paring knife, pare in the air. Common mistake number 2. Cutco owners love overusing their trimmer and their Petite Chef on almost everything. I get it, they're incredibly user-friendly, they're super awesome. When it comes to the trimmer, it just has a perfect weight, a perfect size, a perfect feel. It just feels like an extension of your hand. And you know, I even have some clients that have over 8 of these just as their everyday knives because they're getting used and dirtied and washed over and over and over. So I get that you could love this piece. But the one big thing here is that you never want to use this piece when you're chopping or dicing. Remember, chops and dices are going to be with your chopping knives. To see the difference and how to chop and dice, make sure to check out that video. Also, you're never going to want to use the trimmer on something that's longer than the blade. You know, things like bagels and pineapples and cantaloupes, even small watermelons really push us out of the range of the trimmer and push us into the range of the petite carver. So again, just remember to utilize the right piece at the right time, and by doing so, not only is it gonna be a lot faster, easier, and safer in the kitchen, but your time in the kitchen's just gonna be so much more enjoyable, whether you wanna be there in there or not, and your Cutco will stay sharper longer. When it comes to the Petite Chef, this is gonna be a craftsman's tool. This is a chef knife. Chefs love using this. You know, just because we drive cars every day doesn't mean that we all should be driving race cars, right? It's the same thing in the kitchen. Just because we cook every day doesn't mean that we're gonna be cooking the same as chefs. Chefs are gonna be sharpening before and after multiple times a day, upwards into double digits, just to keep this knife sharp. And again, most chefs can get about 80 to 90% of what they're cutting done with just this knife. But when we're cooking at home, this is gonna be really designed just for our veggies. So soups, salads, stuffing, stir fry, salsa, you know, using all those S words can help you remember how to use your chopping knives. The big things to avoid here are bones, frozen foods, and raw and cooked meats. So keep these 2 tips in mind to help keep your Cutco sharper longer. Cutco owner, common mistake number 3, not using the right cutting board. A lot of people tend to use really hard cutting surfaces, things like countertops, things like Corian counter cutting boards, things like glass cutting boards. I get it, they're easy to clean and you can make sure that they're sanitary, but they're incredibly bad for your knives. It's very seldom something like a tomato or a pineapple that are really dulling your knives. It really has more to do with the cutting surface. See, soft cutting surfaces actually give a little bit every time you cut. And although that might seem unsanitary, properly oiling and servicing your wooden cutting boards or taking advantage of the Cutco cutting boards can easily allow you to make sure you are taking care of sanitation. Hard cutting surfaces, again, like countertops, Corian, or glass cutting boards, they're really going to be hard on those knives because there's no give. And every time you hear your knife screech, just remember that that's your knife screaming for help. Common mistake number 4, proper knife storage. Remember that Cutco's not cheap, it's an investment into the future. But you're not gonna go out and go buy a really nice car and then just store it on the street where birds are pooping on it and bicyclists are hitting it. You're gonna store it where it belongs, in the garage. Think of your knife storage as the garage for your knives. They're really protecting your investment in your knives. Now, the most common way to store the knives, and the way that I honestly highly suggest, is gonna be the Cutco wooden blocks. They're not cheap, but they are designed to keep your Cutco organized and with easy arm's reach. Also, the wood is designed to last as long as the knives do, and the blocks even are backed by the Cutco Forever Guarantee. These even come sealed on the bottom, and really everything is thought of when it comes to your Cutco wooden blocks. Other knife storage options, if you're opposed to a block, could be magnetic cutting board or magnetic knife blocks, or you can even get magnetic knife strips if you want to save yourself counter space and drawer space. We also have cool, unique storage options. Things like the knife sleeves. Now I can't promise that we're gonna have any available in pink, cute, I know, but we do have these available currently for 13 different knives and coming out with more soon. These are gonna be great if you're trying to go camping, tailgating, picnicking, or if you're just trying to make sure to take your Cutco with you and not having a knife burrito that's made out of a dish towel come unwrapped when you're in the car. Again, you just slide your thumb up the spine here, and these make transporting your knives or storing them in the drawer or RV a lot simpler and safer. Please do not use the Cutco travel protection sleeves. Although this might seem to be the best storage that some of you have right now, these are designed to protect the mailman while delivering your Cutco. And yes, I know you're cleaning your Cutco, or at least you should be before you're putting it away, but it's very rare where we're actually cleaning our actual drawers. And so if you've ever seen these turn brown, yellow, or anything, that's because they're getting literally so nasty. And again, that's where you're putting the very tool that you're using to cut your food. The biggest thing here is to not just throw your knives in the drawer. When you throw your knives in the drawer, not only is it making it unsafe when you or little ones are reaching in there, when the blades are revealed, but also your knives are beating each other around, and it will cause knife damage and dulling quickly and easily. There are several different knife storage options out there, both through Cutco and out of Cutco, but I highly encourage you to consider investing in either a out of drawer option like a magnetic knife block, or even the Cutco block to maximize your use in your investment of Cutco. Storing your knives in the drawer might be nice for the countertop cleanliness, but in all reality, you're really just limiting your availability to pick the right tool at the right job when you need it the most. Follow these 4 simple tips and you will avoid the 4 common mistakes that most Cutco owners make, and make sure that you get the most out of your Cutco investment. I hope you got a lot of value out of this, and if you did, hit the like and subscribe button and share with other Cutco owners that you know so that they can get the most out of their Cutco investment. I would love to hear any questions that you have, or if you have any Cutco tips or tricks that you would like to share, and I look forward to seeing those in the comments section below. We'll see you in the next video, and just remember, it's not what you cook that matters most, it's who you share it with.